Yeah, so I think you need to say there's a focus pull here, and I think you should also talk about the fact that we see Cruz's reflection, or rather, sorry, Ethan's reflection, um, and I think that the composition of this shot suggests the conflict. Well, it suggests, I mean, in a way, it suggests the conflict for us as an audience, because we'd rather he was on this side of the glass than on that side of the glass. Not quite sure how you're going to put that, but I think there's more to be said. And then we get the focus pulled back, and the camera moves around in a 180-degree turn. The music again creates a sense of tension and suspense. Let's go back to what you've said. Again, Hunt or Ethan. Right, now this is because while the camera is tracking him, the glove stops working. Now, you need to break this down in a bit more detail. So again, let's look back at this moment. You might want to say throughout the sequence, Bird cuts inside, cuts to the inside of the hotel, while Hunt talks to his colleagues using a radio mic, something like that, just to make it clear that there's this kind of intercutting going on. Okay, so there's sound effects here of the glove, those kind of whirry noises of the glove, so you should certainly talk about them. And the camera's not really panning here, it's the camera climbs alongside him, which gives the audience the sense that they're climbing with him. Okay, and so here the shot is an overhead shot, which makes him look vulnerable, and also in the reflection of the glass we can see the ground underneath, which emphasizes the height again. And there's a very quick cut there. Can you see it cuts from one to the other? He drops out of the frame. You see how his character, he disappears from the frame before it cuts to him getting caught, and this gives the audience a jump, almost a jump scare, that he has fallen before it's clear that the other glove has held him up. Okay, that kind of analysis, you need to really go into depth with this, because otherwise you're going to be simply telling the story of what's going on in the sequence rather than breaking it down. Okay, and yes, this is fine. Yeah, that's true, but don't call him Tom Cruise. Yeah, try and describe the difference. We talk about I would talk about how the diegetic sound is combined with the tense music, or the tense music to create suspense for the audience. And again, this long shot makes him look vulnerable and insignificant. He takes up a very small space in the frame, so I think you should say that. That's good. Is that it has a very fast tempo, I would see. Yeah. a sense of connection and tension between the two. Full stop. For the audience, the glove begins to become almost a character in the scene. Sorry, I'm just reading that. Now, you could see the anger in his facial expression. No. Bird uses a close-up to show the anger in the character's facial expression. The clenching of his jaw shows frustration as well as determination. Not from Tom Cruise, leave that out. Okay, when the character a spark between the window and the lasers. Okay, so you're just telling the story there. Hang on, I'm just going to have a look back at that sequence. Let me just pause you for a minute. Yeah, okay. Something like Hunt cries out as he bangs into the window. This increases the tension for the audience. As does the sound of his body, the Foley sound of his body hitting the window. Hunt's voice, when he's speaking to whatever his name, the character's name is here, and then Jeremy Renner in brackets. Yeah, I would say there's something a bit comic about this as well. It's not very well expressed here, though. I think you need to rewrite that bit. Oh yeah, sorry. In the previous long shot where we talked about being insignificant, you should call that as a helicopter shot because it is shot from a helicopter. To run down, to abseil, running down the building. Okay. Ah, look, here's your use of the director, but he just needs a capital letter for his last name. Uses a tracking shot that follows the character. This helps to give the audience an impression of the movement and the speed involved. So here I would say something like the fast-paced music at this point is no longer contrapuntal and fits with the speed of the sequence. This high-tempo music builds up to a crescendo in order to match the action. Okay, I'm running out of time. How long have I got to go? Okay. Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to stop it here and we'll have to have